Hello, everyone. Uh, Welcome to Career Launcher. And as we know that CAT scorecards are out. Okay, so I think there is some panic scenario, but if you have done well in CAT, then I would say that uh, go ahead, start preparing for GDPI. But if you feel like you didn't get something that is expected, so basically I would say that it is a good time to go for that because XLRI is extremely good college, and I would say it's if you are getting not so good college in CAT, for example, you are going for IIM Rohtak, or you are getting a percentile that is for IIM Rohtak, IIM Trichy, IIM Ranchi. So anyhow, you can choose XLRI over those colleges. So uh, so basically, you should start preparing for that. This should be the focus on. This should be the time where you are going to focus on that. Now, in that, there is a topic. I wouldn't say it's a topic. It's a type of question. Aditya, I actually didn't check properly. I didn't match both the things, so I'm not sure that whether I can be able to make comment about it. But I have seen a couple of percentiles that are above 99, so they were pretty much similar. But I don't know that below 99, how does it work? So basically, I think there are going to be some ranges. In some ranges, it is going to work. Some ranges, it won't. I don't know. So unless I get the data, I can't make a remark about it, Aditya. So whenever I'm going to have a next session, I would be responding to this question, but I'm not sure at this point of time I'm the right person to make a statement about it. So college call prediction. So college call prediction, more or less, if you are going to put up your profile and all, so more or less, yes, that is going to be yes, pretty much accurate. कि इतने परसेंटाइल और इस प्रोफाइल पे कॉल आ जाएगी बिकॉज वी कैलकुलेट वी give you the prediction according to the formula that is given on the website. So we calculate it and we let you know that you are suitable for this college or you are not suitable for this college. So yes, it is. Okay. So Aditya, so I hope I have answered your query, right? So now Naveen, I would say one thing that it is going to be similar to CAT, but the problem you are going to see, I hope you have written couple of mocks, at least couple of mocks. There are more mocks for that. So if you have written few mocks as well as you have seen previous year questions, you are going to realize there is a huge difference between CAT and ZAT. And what is that difference? So that the main difference is I personally found the questions to be easier in that, but the problem where I face in that the length of the questions is very high as compared to CAT. So it's in CAT you are going to see a question that is a 2-line question or a 3-line question. On the other hand, in that you are going to see a 5-line question or a 6-line question, or last time I was solving a question, I thought it was an RC. And once I have done reading the question, I got the answer immediately. So that is the biggest issue I have seen in that it checks your uh, what patience, not by being difficult, just by being lengthy. So I feel like it is a question of English. So it is more or less English oriented than the. It doesn't check a lot of concepts of quant. It checks a lot of concepts of English. So that is the main difference. So if you have prepared well for CAT, and if you feel that you are a little slow in CAT in solving a question, but you are conceptually sound, then I would say that is a perfect exam for you, because there is going to be a lot of time in that per question. So basically, you can do great in ZAT. You can do great in ZAT. So I, over the period of time, I have seen a lot of people who scored 75, 80, 85 percentile but they were good with the concept and they couldn't perform in the exam because in CAT you understand it's the timer problem. It's it is a sectional time limit. So those people got 98, 99 percentile in that, and they got calls from Excel, right? They converted it. So it's not like once CAT is gone you can't get into Excel, right? No, that's not true. You can still make it to Excel, right? Even if your percentile is lower, yes, still you can make it. Naveen, fine. So, in today's session, we are going to talk about data sufficiency. Data sufficiency, something that is very important. It was also important in I would say, NMAT. So, not a lot of exams focus on your data sufficiency. CAT doesn't, but you might find few questions in SNAP. You might find few questions in NMAT. You are definitely going to find few questions in ZAT. In last 3 years, I remember. It is exactly two questions that are going to be from data sufficiency. So in this session, we are going to see how we are going to proceed, how we are going to solve the questions of data sufficiency and how we can get the answer. So let's move on and see question number 1. So basically, this is the question we have. So kindly read the question, then I'll explain. So this is a question from ZAT 2022. Now it says that Nadim's age is a 2-digit number. And if you square that 2-digit number, you are going to get a 3-digit number whose last digit is Y. Fine. Consider the statements below. And that's the whole question. Okay. So basically, uh, uh, the thing you have to do, you have to read everything. You have to read the question stem and then read the question. What question is talking about? The question is asking, determine the age of Nadim. So basically, this is the question. And now two statements are given and you need to figure out whether you can get the answer or not. Okay. Now, age is 2-digit number, fair point. So, and it says Y is a prime number. So if I am going to make a square and it is going to be a 3-digit number. So what you can do, I'm just going to take a prime number. So let's say a prime number is 5. I know if any number that ends with 5, it's a square, also ends with 5. So I can say 15 square is 225 and 25 square is 625. Now last digit is Y, last digit is 5, last digit is 5, and Y is a prime number. So basically Y is a unit digit and 5 is a prime number. In both the cases, I'm getting that. In this case, X is 15. In this case, X is 25. So can you actually figure out what is the age of Nadeem? Yes or no? So what is the age of Nadeem? So it can be 15, it can be 25. There might be other possibilities I didn't calculate. But can we actually find out the age of Nadeem? Accurate age. So we can't. So first statement alone is not sufficient to answer the question. So only one is sufficient, but two is not. So that is false. Okay. Now I am going to say that Y is 1/3 of X. Okay. So Y is 1/3 of X means unit digit is 1/3 of X. So it means I can say X is going to be a multiple of 3. So X is going to be 3. Or sorry, X is going to be 3Y. Okay. So if Y is 1, X is going to be 3. 3 is not a 2-digit number. If Y is 1, sorry, if Y is 2, X is going to be 6. Not a 2-digit number. If Y is 3, it is going to be 9. Not a 2-digit number. So Y cannot be 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to write other possibilities. So, and I'm going to write that down. So Y is 4, X is 12, and X square is 144. Okay. And X square must have a unit digit, that's Y, so that satisfies. Okay. Now Y is 5, this is 15, so this is going to be 225. Now unit digit is 5, that is same as Y. Okay, that works out. Y is 6, this is 18. 18 square is what? 324. Now this should be 6, but that's not possible, so reject it. And it is going to be 7. This is going to be 21. So it is going to be 441. Again, does not satisfy because it is 1, it is 7. Not true. Okay. Now let's say it is 8, it is 24. So it is going to be 24 square is 576. Again, does not satisfy. So rejected. Then 9 and 27. Now it is going to be what? 729. Again, true. So basically, in this case, if you see how many values of x are possible, there are going to be three values of x that are possible, right? There are three values of x are possible. Now, what is the age of Nadeem? I don't know. That is 12. That can be 12. That can be 15. That can be 27. Okay. Now, if I am going to see, if I am going to use, so basically first statement alone is not sufficient. Second statement alone is not sufficient. Now, uh, this is uh, uh, this is again not sufficient. So basically, what is the answer of this question? Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine both the statements. I am going to combine both the statements. So basically, if I'm going to combine both the statements, it says y is prime number. So this option is rejected. This option is rejected. I'm getting only one possible answer. That is going to be 5 and 15. So my answer of this question is going to be both state. It is necessary and sufficient to take one statement 1 and 2 together. So my answer of this question is going to be option D. So I hope everyone understood that what is the approach. So your job is to check statement 1 alone. Your job is to check statement 2 alone. And if 1 alone is sufficient, fine. If 2 alone is also sufficient, then individually 1 and 2 sufficient. The answer of this question is going to be what? Option B. If statement 1 alone is sufficient but 2 is not sufficient, then answer is going to be A. So basically, the generic mistake that happens in data sufficiency is that people tend to do one thing, that they start with combining both the statements and get the answer. So that is the common practice and that is the common mistake. They don't check individually. So your job is to check individually and figure out whether any statement individually is sufficient or not. I hope I am clear now. So anyone has any doubt in this? Yes, no? And again, remember, in data sufficiency, your job is not to get the answer. Your job is to figure out whether you can get the answer or not. Fine. So now let's move on to the next question. This one. Now just read this question and say what should be the answer. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4, statement 5. Option A, B, C, D, E. Okay, my simple question. Can you get a wrong question in data sufficiency or not? If question cannot be solved, then 1 and 2 together are not sufficient. So my question is, can you get the wrong question in data sufficiency? Dhruvit, actually you can. And we are going to solve one question of data sufficiency that is wrong and that has been asked in Z. So you think if you are unable to solve the question, you can say that answer is going to be statement 1 and 2 both together are not sufficient, right? But still you can get a wrong question in data sufficiency. We have got that question. And XLRI actually accepted that that question was wrong. Dhruvit, what happens in those type of questions that they are either discarded or their marks are given to everyone. So basically, I think it happened in 2023 only, and that question was discarded. So it doesn't make a difference anyone has done it or anyone hasn't done it. The marks were not counted for anyone. Understood? Like for example, this year in CAT, the question, what happened this year, that question that we had in slot 1, that was not wrong. They marked the wrong answer. So anyone who has marked the right answer, they have given marks to those people because correct answer was there in the option. But in 2022 or 2023, I'm not sure it's 22 or 23, in CAT, there was a question theta and answer was in range. So basically, and in theta, you can't put a range, right? So basically, they discarded that question. So now let's start this question. Again, remember, the most important part in data sufficiency is your job is not to get the answer. Your job is to figure out whether you can get the answer or not. So now let's start this one. So this question says that Rahim is riding upstream on a boat from point A to point B at a constant speed. So basically, this is A, this is B, and Rahim is going like this from A to B. This is Rahim. But the thing is, the Rahim is going upstream. It means the river is flowing this side. Let's say speed is U and the speed of Rahim is R. So speed of Rahim, effective speed of Rahim becomes R minus U. Okay. The distance from A to B is 30 kilometers. So I am going to say it's 30. Okay. Now, 1 minute after Rahim leaves point A and his speedboat starts from point A to point B, it crosses Rahim's boat after 4 minutes. So basically, Rahim is traveling for 5 minutes and the motorboat is traveling for 4 minutes, right? So let's say speed of motorboat is M. M is also going like this. So motorboat is traveling for 4 minutes with a speed of M minus U, and Rahim is traveling for 5 minutes with a speed of R minus U. Now, how many equations we have? So basically, this is the original equation that I am getting, and that's it. And the speedboat is constant from A to B. Fine. Rahim's speed is still water. So basically, my job is to figure out what is the value of R. Now it says that speed of speedboat in still water is 30. So basically, M is equal to 30, that is given to us. Now, if I put M equal to 30, will I be able to get the answer? I'm still going to have one equation and two variables. So can I get the answer? No. So first statement alone is not sufficient. Now second statement says Rahim takes 3 hours. So 3 hours means 180 minutes to reach from point B to point A. Okay. So B to A means Rahim is going upstream. So speed of Rahim is going to be R plus U. So 30 kilometers is equal to 180 minutes into R plus U. Okay. Now with the help of this, am I getting the value of, so how many variables we got? M, U and R. And how many equations I am getting? I am getting two equations. So I can't solve it by using statement 2 alone. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Statement 2 alone is also not sufficient. If I combine both the statements, I am getting M equal to 30. So I got one value. Now I got two variables left. Now my second equation is this. So I got two variables and two equations. So if I got two variables and two equations, am I getting the answer? Yes. So basically, both statements together are sufficient, but any statement alone isn't. I am not going to calculate the value of R. I'm not going to calculate the value of U, but I know that my answer is going to be both together are sufficient because I have two equations and two variables. So can I solve two equations, two variables? Yes. Will I be getting answer? Yes. But what is the answer? Should I care? No. Understood? So here, by not calculating the value of r, by not calculating the value of u, you can save a lot of time. So now let's move on to next one, this one. Now, what is the answer of this question? Hmm. So now let's start this question. And this is the question that is wrong in that. And why so? Because try to understand how. There is a cricket match. There are three slip fielders. They are standing in a straight line. So basically, I'm going to say these three people. Now, this is first slip, this is second slip, this is third slip. It says the distance between first and second slip is same as second and third slip. So basically, this is A, this is also A. Okay. Now, the player X who's not in the same line of slip fielders. Okay. He is throwing a ball to the third slip and it takes 5 seconds. If he throws the ball to first and second, time would be 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. So it means one will be nearest, two will be second nearest, third will be farthest. So I am going to place that guy X. So this distance comes out to be, let's say B. This distance comes out to be C. And this distance comes out to be D. Okay. Now, why I'm saying this question is wrong? Because try to understand this point. The time taken here. So speed of the ball is, let's say, what? V. Now, from here to here, what is this distance? This distance should be 3 into V. From here to here, what should be this distance? This distance should be 4b. And what should be this distance? This distance should be 5b, right? Now, all three distances are in AP, right? What is the common difference? That is what? That is going to be V. That is also going to be V. Now, basically, if this is the midpoint, this is an isosceles triangle. If I am going to look at this x1, 3, this is an isosceles triangle. This is the midpoint. So definitely this length and this length and this length cannot form an AP because this distance and this distance is same. So basically, x should be in the same line. X is here, 1 is here, 2 is here, and 3 is here. And now this distance is x, this distance is x plus a, and this distance is x plus 2a. Now we can say yes, it is an AP. So in that case, x must be in the same line of the slip fielders. But this contradicts this statement who's not in the same line of the slip fielders. So that contradicts the original statement. So that's the reason this question itself is wrong. It means doesn't make a difference whatever statements are telling me, I can't get the answer. So basically, what should be the answer? There can't be any answer. So that's the reason question is wrong. Question stem itself is wrong. So basically, statements are useless to me. I hope I am clear on this. Yes, no? Everyone clear that why this question is wrong? Now this one. Farmer has quadrilateral parcel of, of a land with perimeter 700. Two opposite angles of a parcel of land are right angles, while remaining two are not. Okay. The farmer wants to do organic farming on that parcel of the land. The cost of organic farming is 400 per square foot. The length of one of the sides of that parcel of land is 110 feet, the distance between and whatever it is. Now, question is talking about what is the money needed to do organic farming. Okay, so what is the money? Money means the pricing that is given to us, that is 400 per square feet, and area. So perimeter is given. So our job is to calculate the area and we are good to go. Understood? So basically, question is simply, once I am done reading the question, I figured out that my job is to calculate the area. If with the help of the two statements, I can calculate the area, I am going to get the answer. If I am unable to calculate the area, I am not going to get the answer. So that's the question I have. Now, what should be the answer? So now I'm just rephrasing the question in my head when I'm solving this question, that the question is not what is the money he needs. The question is what is the area that he needs. So basically our job is to figure out the area. Now solve. This one, Dhruvit? Understood now? Dhruvit, yes, we can, but the problem, try to understand. But the problem is the distances that are given in the question, they will not be in AP. That's the problem with this question. 3 second, 4 second, 5 second, if you are going to use that, you are not going to get same distance between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. So either of the two statements are going to be contradicted in the question stem. Got it? This one. So in this question, it says the parcel of the land, two sides are perpendicular, remaining two sides are perpendicular, but this angle and these two angles are definitely not 90 degrees. This is what it says, that two opposite angles are 90 degrees and remaining two are not. Okay. Now it says the farmer wants to do organic farming on that parcel. Okay, whatever it is. Now, the perimeter, so I'm just giving it a name, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. So this is going to be A, B, C, D. I'm just saying that length of the sides is A, B, C, D. Okay. So this is what I got. Now, I can say it says that perimeter is 700 foot. It means A plus B plus C plus D, and that is equal to 700. Okay. So now first statement says the length of the two sides of the parcel of land is, one of the sides is 110. So which one is 110? I don't know. So let's say A is 110. But A is 110. Am I getting the answer? There are going to be hell lot of possibilities because I have three variables and one equation. Can I get the answer? No, that's not possible. Okay. So first statement alone is not at all sufficient. It's just one statement is given and there are going to be a lot of possibilities. Now, the distance between the two corner plots where non-perpendicular sides, okay. So basically it says that this length is given to us is that is as 255. Okay. So basically from here, what I'm going to see that A square plus D square, that is equal to 255 square. That is my first arrangement. Sorry, it is not 225, 255. Second arrangement is going to be what? B square plus C square is also going to be 255 square. Okay. Now if I get the length of A and D and C and B, I can get the answer because if I'm going to get A and D, then area of BCD is going to be half into base into height because it is a right angle triangle. And what is if I get to know the length of B and C, I can again get the area that is half into B into C, and my total area is going to be this. Okay. So this is what I need. If I get individual value of A, B, C, and D, I'm good to go. So basically, second statement alone is not sufficient because there are two equations are given. One equation, if I'm going to consider this as also one equation. So I got three equations and four variables. I can't solve it. Okay. If I'm going to consider this, A is equal to 110. So I will put A equal to 110 over here. So from here, I can get the value of D. Okay. So I got value of A, I got value of B. Now what is left out? B and C, right? So now I got two equations and two variables. Can I solve it? Yes. So basically, both the statements together are sufficient, but any statement alone isn't. So you don't need to calculate anything. I'm just going to figure out. So if I'm going to use the first statement, I can say A is equal to 110. I got A is equal to 110. I got the value of D because 110 square plus D square is equal to 255 square. So that is going to give me the value of D. Now in this equation, I got A, I got D. So I also got the value of B plus C. This is B square plus C square, right? So I can also say that B plus C is equal to, I know what is the value, I don't know. So let's say M. So B plus C whole square is equal to m square. So b square plus c square plus 2bc, and that's equal to m square. And m is already known because I know the value of a and d. Now b square plus c square is here. I'm just going to put this value over here. So I'm going to get the value of 2bc. So I got the value of 2bc. So I got the value of bc by 2 as well. So I can calculate the area from here. Now I already know the value of a and d. I can also calculate the area. So I can get the total area. So this is the approach I'm going to take. I'm not going to solve it. I'm just going to figure out whether I can get the answer or not. Understood? So basically, even I have written this, I have written it to explain, but try to understand once as soon as I got the value of B and C, B plus C. So this is one equation, B plus C is equal to something. This is another equation, that is B square plus C square is equal to 255 square. So basically, I got two equations and two variables. I can get the answer. I can calculate the individual value of B and C. Clear? Now this one. Hmm. Can someone tell me what is the approach? I can get the answer just by reading the question. Hmm. Anyone got the answer of this question? So basically, once I have done reading the question, I can say answer of this question is going to be both together are not sufficient. And why so? Hmm. Just by reading the question, I can say my answer is going to be I cannot determine it. With the help of two statements, they are not sufficient. It is not sufficient to get the answer. And why so? Can someone tell me why? Hmm. Can someone tell me why I can't answer the question by even by using both the statements? Or did someone get the answer? So basically, the reason I am saying that just by reading the question, I cannot get the answer. And why so? Because let's say I am getting one pair from this. Okay. So let's say product of two numbers is, I'm not going to make it complicated. I'm saying product of two numbers is 3, right? So you can say 1 into 3. Now, what is the value of m? What is the value of n? N. Can you get the answer? If I say m plus n equal to 4 and m into n equal to 3. So I got one number is 3, one number is 4, right? Now, which number is which? From this statement, what I can get the value of mn. From this statement, I can get the value of m plus n. Now, which I am going to get two numbers. Two numbers that have some product, two numbers that have some summation. Now, which number is which? M is what? M is 1 or M is 3? Can I get the answer? So basically, and it says, I want to uniquely determine M and N. If question says, can I uniquely determine the pair? Perhaps, then I'll calculate. But can I uniquely determine M, uniquely determine N? No, I can't. I can't do it. Now, if I need to calculate the pair, now how will I do it? Okay, so here you need to understand there is a concept in number system, that is, if a number is divisible by A, B, C, D, it must be divisible by LCM of A, B, C, D. Okay. Now, basically, it says it is divisible by six consecutive numbers. Now, what can be six consecutive numbers? They can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can also be divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can also be divisible by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. In this case, what is the LCM of all the numbers? LCM becomes 60. In this case, what is the LCM? That is going to be 420. Now, this number, the m into n, is going to be definitely greater than 420. Right? Now, it says m into n is less than 100. It means this case is gone. In this case, LCM is going to be even higher. So again, not possible because product is going to be less than 100. It means I got only one possibility, that m into n is what? 60. Now, what are the possibilities I got for 60? That is going to be 1 into 60. I got 2 into 30. I got 3 into 20. I got 4 into 15. I got 5 into 12. I got 6 into 10. Then 7, 8, 9. No. Okay. So now first statement alone is not sufficient because I'm getting a lot of pairs. Second statement, m plus n is a perfect square. That is something that I can't calculate. So basically, second statement is useless at this point of time. Now I'm combining both the statements. So m plus n is 61, m plus n is 32, m plus n is 23, m plus n is 19, m plus n is 17, m plus n is 16. I am getting only one case where m plus n is a perfect square. So m plus n is definitely 6 plus 10. Now, what is m? What is n? I don't know. But which pair? So there is going to be one pair, that is 6 and 10. So my answer of this question is going to be both statement together are not sufficient to answer the question. So answer of this question is going to be option B. I hope I am clear. Yes, no. So with this, I'm just winding up the session, and there is one thing that we have launched. One thing that is daily dose for that, and that is only for data sufficiency and poem. And this is at a very minimal price, uh, and that's it. So basically in daily dose you are already familiar with daily dose, so you are going to get five questions, a set of five questions every day for data sufficiency. You are going to get a set of five questions of poem as well. Sorry, you are going to get one poem every day, and this is what we are going to give, as well as you are going to get previous years at papers and nothing much. Now, anyone has any doubt? Now, if someone has any doubt, I'll take the doubts. So, with this, let's wind up the session. Bye bye, take care, and all the best for that. And in case you have any doubt regarding any college, you got your percentile, so what to do, what not to do. So, I think there is one session at 9:30, and if you want to talk to me after that, just drop me a message on Telegram.